Hey, good morning, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice, Fall Classic Baseball 1980 replay. It's Brian Kingman versus Dennis Eckersley. We rolled for Kingman's stuff, and he's got his A stuff today, and Dennis Eckersley's got his B stuff. Kingman has a 1.4 whip, whereas Eckersley has a 1.2 whip, so really on paper, it's Eckersley who has the advantage. That doesn't mean very much. We'll see what happens as the game plays through. There's Brian Kingman's Topps 1981 card. I always get 1 year ahead. And I have all the starters for the Athletics. I do like to put them into these sleeves to kind of protect them since I do handle them a little bit. And I cannot track down my sleeve for that particular, for this size cards. I don't know where I have them. They're probably here somewhere. Just could not track them immediately right now, but they are available to me and I will use them. So anyway, let's get started with the action. And let's go over the lineups for the Red Sox. It's Burleson, Remy, and Lynn. And then it's Perez, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. Seventh is Rice in left field. Dwyer in right field today. He's eighth, and batting ninth is Hobson. For the Athletics, it's going to be Henderson, Page, and Revering. Gross is cleanup. Armas fifth in center field. So again, he's playing center field, so I have to make a note of that, a mental note. And let me check his arm in center field. That's an important aspect of this game. In center field, he's got an average arm, just like he has in right field. So I pretty much have all my players, or the Athletics players, the team I'm replaying, I have all their, pretty much their arm abilities memorized, so it's easier and faster. Newman batting sixth, the catcher. Davis playing right field. He's a lefty. He's batting seventh, batting eighth is Klutz, and Guerrero is batting ninth. Let's do it. And we're going to read the black first, and that's going to be a 32. So we first read the batter, right? We first read the batter card. And the 32 is a blank, so that takes us over to the pitcher's A, and that's 1 to 10 is a double, and that is a drive, and off the wall, off the base of the wall, over Armas' head. Armas is going to play the carom, and digging for second is the Rooster, and he's in there with a leadoff double. So just like that, Burleson's on at second base, and here's Jerry Remy. He's a real good bunter, but you know what? We're just going to swing away right here. It's early in the game. I don't worry about that early in the game. A 43 is a blank, so we go to 43A, and that's going to be an out. Kind of an out at 13, and he's a lefty. That's bounced to the first baseman. That will allow the runner to advance to third. So the nice thing about this, outs are dependent sometimes, not always. Sometimes they're dependent on what side you swing from. So that's another factor of the splits, righty-lefty effect on the game. That's something that's not noted very often. Here's Lynn. Oh, that's a snake eyes, and that is going to be a base on balls. Look at that. So, right, Lynn walks. Kingman loses him, and we got first and third, so the infield's going to be playing halfway. I didn't call the infield, but the infield, I was playing in with a runner on third, but now we're going to just allow a run to score and try for the double play. It's going to be Tony Perez. Here's a pitch. And that is a 14. A 14 is going to be a double play, and it's a 4. Klutz, Guerrero, back to Revering, and it's a double play, and they get out of the inning. Perfect, just like the doctor ordered. And the reason that is, as you can see here, 14 has an X, so if it's a ground ball, it's an automatic double. Double play. Automatic double play, sorry. All right, here's Ricky Henderson leading us off in the bottom of the first. There's no score. It's Dennis Eckersley. Eckersley with a 33, and that's ripped to left center field for a base hit, cut off by Lynn. Henderson is on. He's going to try to steal. There he goes. Throw down from Fisk. Not in time. Stolen base for Henderson. I play the automatic stolen bases, and it's working out very nicely, very realistically. I like that a lot. And here's Mitchell Page with a runner on second. It's a 24, and that's going to be a 1-2 hit by pitch, and it won't be. It's going to be a line out, and it's going to be a line out to second base, and they throw to shortstop, and they get Henderson. They got Henderson leaning for the double play, the line out double play. So it's going to be an L. Ah, I see. Wait a second. I have to re-roll. Line out. Let's see. Line out to pitcher. First base, second base is a DP if D20 equals. Oh no, not on a. It's a 2 or a 12. So what I got to do is I got to re-roll. No, the D20 a 2 or a 12, so there's no double play. All right, my fault. All right, Dave Revering is up with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch. And it's a 32. 32 is a blank, and a 32 is a drive, and that is down the line. Fair ball, and that's going to go for a double. Revering into second base. Henderson scores easily. RBI double for Dave Revering. 1-0 Athletics. Wayne Gross. And that's a 45. 45 is a blank, and we go over to, it's a fly ball. Center field. Runner's going to hold. Here's Tony Armas with 2 outs and 1 out. And that's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark. And a 13. We are in Oakland. And where's the park? Ah, there it is. 13 is going to be popped up. Foul ground. He is a righty, so that's going to be the first base side. And Perez is there. And that retires the side, but the A's pick up a run. RBI double by Dave Revering. And we move to the top of the second. In the top of the second, it's Carl Yastrzemski with a 36. 36 is a blank, and a 36 will be a fly to left. So Yastrzemski goes the opposite way, flies out, and here's Fisk. Carlton Fisk. Remember him? Of course you remember him. 44. That's a hard hit ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. Fisk is on with a single. Jim Rice is up next. Steps in the box, swings, and that is going to be a KD check, 52. And it fails the KD check too high. The number would be 1-4 for a strikeout. Instead, we're going to roll for an error. I'm going to check the card, the errors on potential errors on the shortstop, and it will not be an error. And it not only is it not an error, Guerrero makes a nice play, flips to Klutz, throw to Revering, and that's a 6-4-3 double play, and that ends the inning. Rice is there, and that retires his side. We go to the top of the third. Jim Dwyer leading off. He's a left-handed hitter. That's a 45. 45 is a blank, and that will be a bouncer to the shortstop. Guerrero, easy pickings. Throws him out. 2 down. 1 down. And here's Hobson. Which Hobson? Which Hobson's batting 197 with 3 home runs in the season, 62. It's going to be a strikeout. So Kingman sends Hobson back to the bench, and here's the top of the. These guys are not even playing. All right, so it should be Burleson up, and it's a 23, and that will be a fly to left to end the inning. Mario Guerrero's up. There he is. And the pitch from Eckersley, it's a 14, and that will be a bounces at shortstop. 1 down. At the bottom of the third, no score. Ricky Henderson. That's a 52. That's a KD check. It's 1-3, so this is a 7. It's too high. No strikeouts. We're going to roll here. The error could be, let's look real quick, 52 on left fielder. So it has to be really low for it to be an error. 9 is almost guaranteed not to do it. There's no way Rice made that many errors in left field. And he's a 3, so that's too high. So he will make a nice running catch near the line for out number 2. So Henderson flies out, and here's Mitchell Page. 62, that's going to be easy out. That's a strikeout. Page down on strikes. 1-0 Oakland. They scored that run in the first inning on that double. That's an out, kind of an out of 10, which will be a line out to right field. One of a few games that actually gives you line outs to the right, to the outfield. Here's Lynn. Fred Lynn with a 41, and that's ball 4. So Lynn walks. My first pitch to Perez, and that pitch to Perez at 25, and that will be a line out to this time. So again, another hard ball. This time to right field, please. Yeah. So here's the concert. That's 23. That will be again a little hard ball. This time it's to the outfield. This time it's to center field. And Arnold's right there. Actually, 3 line outs to the outfield. A little 10 3 times. Right, Dave Rivers up the double. This one great season. That's a 53. But that's a 1 so that KD check will be a strikeout. That falls within Eckersley's 1-3 ring. Next batter's going to go 6 pitch. It's a 15. It's going to be out. And it's rookie short. Burleson gloves it. On to first. 2 down. And Tony Armas. That's a 55, and that's a drive. And it's going to be 1 hop off the wall. Armas gets into one, and Lynn plays it off the carom. Digging for second is Armas. Here's the throw. The tag by Burleson, and he is safe at second base with a 2-out double. Tony Armas in scoring position for Newman. Here's a pitch from Eckersley. And that's going to be a 46. That's ballpark. And an 11 in the ballpark is going to be popped up. He's a righty, so that's going to be on the right side. Perez over near the stands, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So the A's leave 1 in scoring position. Carlton Fisk now leading off the top of the 5th inning. Pitching a heck of a ball game, pitching a shutout. It's going to be a KD check, but it's too high. It's 1-4. So we're going to roll for the error, and that's going to be no error. Let me see who the ball was hit to. It's hit to 51, was hit to third base. Just it's too high to be an error. It's got to be low. Relatively low. I know Gross is not that high. He's about an 8 or 9 over there. Pitch from Kingman. That's a 36. That's a blank. So we go over to Kingman, and that is a 3, which is a ground ball to, he's a righty, ground ball to third. Third baseman Gross throws out Rice. 2 down, and here's Dwyer. Jim Dwyer bats from the left side, 62. Struck him out. Bottom of the 5th. Mike Davis. What is Mike Davis batting? Mike Davis batting. My goodness. 143 for Mike Davis. Here's the pitch. It's a 53. That's a range check, and it fails the KD. Ooh, a 6. That should be caught, but we've got to check. It's to shortstop, and he should be at least a 6. I mean, Burleson was a decent. Yeah, he's a 9. So he does get to that ball, gets back on his feet, long throw to first in time to get Davis. And 1 out. Here's Mickey Klutz. Mickey Klutz bats from the right side. What is he batting? Batting 238 on the season, a 34. And that will be an out. Bouncer to third. And here's Mario Guerrero with a 26. And against a lefty, that's a single. Against a righty, it's a fly to center field. Nice running catch by Lynn to retire the side. We go to top of the 6th inning. As you can see, this game flies by. And it's got plenty of range checks and error checks and wild pitch and pass ball checks and a bunch of things like that. Just really super fluid. And here's Butch Hobson. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Kingman's pitching a 2-hitter. Here's a pitch, and that's a 64. That should be an out, and it is. It's a fly to right. Near the line is Davis, and Davis makes a nice running catch. Let me take a quick sip of the lemonade. All right, Rick Burleson. Let's hits in a row for him. Let me check the box score. The box score tells me that Burleson's 1 for 2. Fisk is 1 for 2, the only two with hits. Here's a pitch from Kingman. It's going to be a 45. And it's a blank there, and a 45 will be a bouncer to second base. Klutz grabs it, flings it to first, and that retires the side. Oh, no, Remy, that's 2 outs, excuse me. Remy's up. Pitch from Kingman, and that's a 23, and will be another out. That would be a fly to center to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down again for Kingman. He's having quite an outing. And Ricky Henderson's leading off against Dennis Eckersley. Eckersley can go 31 batters, and Kingman can go 32, so they're still comfortable. So we have 45. 45 is a blank, and Eckersley, say fly ball, center field. 1 down. Here's Mitchell Page. Mitchell Page steps in the box, bats from the left side. He's a fast base runner, 43. 43 is a blank, and a 43 is a hard hit ball to the hole, and Burleson backhands it, long throw to first, and just gets Page, who is a speed demon down the line. Dave Revering bats from the left side. He ends up in the Yankees next year in, I think, 82, 22, and that's going to be ripped for a, no, ball 4. That's ripped foul, and the next pitch is ball 4. So Revering walks. He's on at first with 2 outs, and here's Gross. Gross has good power. Here's a pitch, and that is a 52. And strike 3 with the KD check. 1 to 3 is a strikeout. And a 52 would be, well, it was an error check, but you don't have to go there because we rolled super low. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Here's Jerry Remy on a 12, and that will be a bouncer to first. Revering takes it himself. Oh, no, it was not Revering, excuse me. It was Lynn. And that's going to be a base on balls. My fault. I had the wrong card. Lucky I picked that up right away. All right, so Lynn is on at first with a walk, and here's Perez. Pitch to Perez, that's a 62. And a 62. Let's see. It's a blank. And then a 62 here is going to be a strikeout. So Perez swings and misses at a high fastball from Kingman. And here's Carl Yastrzemski. Now Yastrzemski is an A hit and run. We're going to try hit and run right here. And this is super fast and super easy. And I have my little card, my little hit and run card. It's going to be a 25, which is a 7. And a 7 is going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher with the runner advancing. No, excuse me. A 7 is going to be a fly out. And the runner returns to base safely, right? The 7? Yeah. Let me see. Let me double check. Yep. All right, so that's a fly out to center. That's 2 outs. And here's Carlton Fisk. It's a close game. It's 1-0 Athletics. That's a 62 and an 8. That's a strike 3, and that retires the side. Strikes out Fisk, and that will be excuse me, Kingman's 4th strikeout of the game. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tony Armas leading off against Dennis Eckersley. That's a snake eyes, and that's going to be a ground ball to right back to Eckersley. He picks it up onto first, 1 down. So Armas bounces right back to the pitcher. Here's Newman. Not rolling a lot of hits today. That's a KD check. It's an error check. And we got a 15, so it will not be an error. That's hit to Burleson, balls it for a second, fires to first, and gets Newman. Had plenty of time. Newman does not run well. Here's Mike Davis with 2 outs. The bottom of the 7th, that's a 63, and that's going to be an out. It's 1 to 10 is a K. It's a 12, so that's going to be popped up to first base. And right there's Perez to retire the side. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Excuse me. All right, 56. And that will be a strikeout. 5th strikeout for Kingman. Up comes Jim Dwyer. Here's a pitch from Brian Kingman. A 64 is a hard hit ball up the middle, but Guerrero gets there. Throws to first, 2 out. And here is Butch Hobson. I mean, this is a close game. 41, that's going to be ball 4. Kingman loses him, so the tying run is on at first. Up comes Burleson. This could turn at any minute once we start rolling some hits. We're not rolling any hits in this game. That's a 63, another out roll. And that's going to be hit to Klutz, who flips to the shortstop, and that ends the inning. So Kingman pitching a masterpiece 2-hitter here. We have not rolled any hits at all the whole game. Pretty amazing. And here's Mickey Klutz. I mean, Eckersley's doing a job himself. Pretty impressive as well. Let me check the number of batters faced by both batters. 28 for Kingman and 25 for Eckersley. Wow. Eckersley's actually faced fewer batters than Kingman. Pretty impressive. So here's the pitch to Klutz. And that's going to be a 45. 45 is a blank, and a 45 is a fly ball to center field. Mario Guerrero now. That's a 32. 32 is a blank. We go over to 32 on Eckersley, and that is a drive pulled down the line into the left field corner, and that's going to be a fair ball. Rice plays it in the corner, and Guerrero digging for second. He is safe with a double. That 32 is a killer for Eckersley. He gives up doubles on that in the B section. So that is a killer for Eckersley. So Guerrero's on, and here's Ricky Henderson. So again, Eckersley can go 31, and he's gone 27, so he's still good. We're going to play this through. It's 1980, and that's a 54. That's going to be a 54 chart check with a runner on first. I'm sorry, runner on base. Wild pitch or pass ball. If a 5 is a wild pitch, and it will be, his wild pitch rating is... Let me see, wild pitch rating. Can't find it, all of a sudden I'm blind. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Oh, it's 0, so no wild pitch, but it could be a pass ball. A 4 is pretty low. Let me check Fisk for a pass ball, and Fisk, no, pass ball is a 1. So it's a ball in the dirt that Fisk blocks, so let's do it again. And that is a 15. The 15 is going to be a fly ball center field. We're not going to tag on that. And here's Page. Pitch from Eckersley. That's a 65. That's a pitcher home run. So we're going to check the pitcher card, 1 to 16. That ball's a deep drive to right field. And back goes Dwyer to the track, looks up, and that's out of here. 2-run shot, 3-0 A's. Bottom of the 8th. Mitchell Page connects for his, let's take a look at the box score. Mitchell Page connects for his 9th home run of the season. And in reality, he hit 17, so he's right on target. Very accurate game. So here's Revering. Pitch from Eckersley. And it's a 63. That will be an out, and that will be bounced to the first baseman. Steps on the bag, and that retires the side. But the A's pick up a couple of runs, so some insurance. They're up 3-0. And here's going to be Jerry Remy leading it off against Kingman. There's no action in the bullpen. That's a 65. That's a pitcher. No, it's an out on Remy. Hits no home runs, really. Remy had 0 home runs. You can see that right here. So that's usually a home run number. But that will be an out, and that will be hit to Revering. 1 away. Fred Lynn. And it's a 23. 23 also is a bouncer. He's a lefty again. It's a bouncer to 5 is a bouncer to first. Again, Revering at first makes the catch and makes the play. And 2 outs, Tony Perez. So Brian Kingman's 1 out away from a 2-hit shutout. Pretty impressive. Got his ERA back to 3.79. I think he had about a 3.85 ERA. And here goes. Here's a pitch. That's a 25, and that's a bouncer to second base. Klutz picks it up over to Revering, and the ball game is over. Wow, what a crazy game. Before we shut down, we're going to take a quick look at make sure everything's in place. 2 complete games. Very, very nice game. Very cleanly played. Very quick. I don't know how long this took us. I can't see the number, but a 26-minute game. Wow. That's pretty impressive. But again, this type of game with not a lot of walks, not a lot of hits, is going to be, and complete games is going to be like that. And I'll give you all the details right now. So Kingman's 4-4. Obviously he's the MVP. Eckersley loses another one. He's 0-7, so he's having a tough luck season. In the box score, Mitchell Page hit his 9th home run of the season. Drove in a couple. Revering had an RBI double. Henderson had a hit. So that's about it. So the Boston Red Sox, they lose it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Athletics with 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. So it was also a clean, a well fielded, well defended game with few errors. And that's it. This is Fall Classic Baseball. What an outing by Brian Kingman. There he is. His 1981 Topps baseball card. And this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, and check out Fall Classic Baseball. You can try it for free. There's no cost involved. Very easy to learn. And there's a couple of unboxings out there. I think I did one, and then somebody else did another. So there's a couple of unboxings so you can see what comes in the box as well. And PDFs are available for $20, and you can try those if you don't want to make a big investment. The only thing with the PDF is whatever you invest, you really can't get anything back. Whereas if I buy the set, I can always sell it. If I buy the set for $60, I can sell it down the line for $60 or more. Or if I want to sell it sooner, I can sell it for $40, $45, or $50. Anyway, Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. See you guys later.